What's up everyone? We're back with another episode of Guess the Elo today. Today's submitter is a little bit of a special person. We're talking about Gyomber. Mr. Secondrockonthemoon has submitted a run today. Very fitting that it comes right after Gyomber Cup, and he's going to be treating us to some Turtle Pack gameplay. He has a very particular playstyle which I very much enjoy looking at, so I will be very happy to be examining what he is going to be doing today. Without any further ado, let's hop right into it. So turn 1 we see a duck in the shop as well as a pig. He takes both of them as well as a beaver, which I very much agree with. I can see the recording is like 5 minutes long, so it's going to be a little bit difficult for me to commentate over everything. He also highlighted someone being his opponent. Let me take a look. Who was that? It just says opponent, Gyomber. That doesn't give me any information. It just says opponent. I guess he's playing in streamer mode where the names are censored. Okay, so here we have a very particular choice in the shop. We have every single copy of every single pet that we already have on the team in the shop. And it's honestly a difficult decision. What are you supposed to take? Duck is a given. Duck is the best tier 1 in Turtle Pack. You see a duck, you take a duck basically. You can take either a beaver or a pig here. I don't mind either, they're kind of comparable. I would probably be taking the pig. That's just personal preference though, since he has an ant. It's going to be easier to draw with the pig on the team. He takes the beaver and he takes the pig. That I might not agree with, to be honest. The new way I play Turtle Pack is I roll for a single tier up on turn 3 and then I invest heavily into tier 2s. Gyomber is a little bit different. He loves his tier 2s. He loves the snail, he loves the swan, he loves the kangaroo. I can't really blame him because they're all excellent pets, but I do feel like most of the time you do need a tier 3 to carry you. Very luckily he does find the duck though, but it was kind of unlikely for this to happen, I think. So he got rewarded and he's hopefully going to be drawing or winning. He is losing, so he's one heart down, which is super unfortunate. Let's see what he finds though. He gets the beaver level up as well, which is nice. In this situation, it's kind of difficult. Maybe you're supposed to sell the pig, bring in the beaver, then roll for some tier 2s to buff with the duck, and only then you take your level ups, so you can buff as many things as possible with the duck stats. Does he do that? He takes the levels first. I don't agree with that. Like, we just discussed how broken the tier 2s can be, especially kangaroo. Like, you take a kangaroo, most of the time you're just gonna win off the back of the kangaroo alone. He does find double dolphin as well as rabbit sheep, both of which are good choices to be honest. I think I would take double dolphin personally. He takes the rabbit, he takes a singular dolphin, which I don't hate. It's going to be a little bit difficult for him to put the duck stats onto relevant targets unless he sells the pigs next turn though. He also didn't find any snails to give him some HP for losing last turn, which is super unfortunate. Here his positioning is absolutely horrendous and he ends up losing. You can see he's visibly upset. Yeah, like it's common knowledge, right? You put your lower attack guys at the back, your higher attack guys at the front. I did like double pick for the record, and it did pay off in my opinion. This apple, on the other hand, maybe not the best decision. Like, why would you take 3 gold for a +1/+2 when you can just roll into a snail that gives you like 3 HP and you can eventually sell it for which will have resulted in like 2 gold negative, right? So like you're spending more gold and you're getting comparable stats to a snail, which I don't really enjoy. I don't enjoy turn 3 and turn 4 apples in Turtle Pack, is what I mean to say. Here we go, he sells stuff, he finds the beaver buffs, he gets a flamingo, he puts the breadcrumb on the dolphin. Flamingo is probably not one of the units you want to see when you have a rabbit. Because basically, what he's doing to himself right here is he's saying, I need to find a pill for this flamingo, and if I do not find a pill, I will have to sell this flamingo. Because when you have a rabbit, you want to be spamming salads and garlics. And when you do spam salads, you don't want the bus to go on the flamingo, right? You want the bus to go onto the rabbit and the dolphin, make two humongous units, and put garlic on both of them in order to easily win. So this flamingo is very bad. He also does find a worm, which I would probably not be taking. Once again, we see a kangaroo in the shop. Newer players, remember, kangaroo is absolutely broken. If you don't know what to take, you take a kangaroo, okay? If you don't know the matchup, like if you're facing Star Pack or Unicorn Pack, take a kangaroo, you will never regret it. This worm, on the other hand, is highly suspicious, I think. Yeah, you could have taken this snail as well. Like, imagine, instead of worm flamingo, you could have had kangaroo snail, right? And you could have even had 3 more gold instead of the apple, but that is kind of, I don't know, that's kind of iffy. But yeah, I don't like how he played this turn, for the record. Positioning is okay. It's a very lucky draw, but once again I must state, if you had taken the snail plus the snail plus kangaroo, I think that would have been a win. Just saying. He does find a garlic, he does find the second worm, which I get that going for a level 2 worm when you have a rabbit is super good, but at the same time, this is around the time when you want to be pivoting away from these weak units because you want to be spamming salads, right? Instead we spam apple, we take the garlic. Yeah, we passed up 2 salads and yet another garlic, which we could have very easily taken, I think, had it not been for these 3 units. And once again, because we do spend so much gold on the food, we're not finding pills for the flamingo. So yeah, he is living in a prison of his own creation, I think. But he is winning this round, which is very important. Like, if he had lost that round, it would have been very scary, his position in the game. Takes double apple. At this point I don't hate double apple. It beats a salad for sure. He does finally find the pill as well as a level up. The way he's building his team is he's making himself very susceptible to skunk starting next turn, which is the problem. Like, he just barely stabilizes, like it's 4 to 4 hearts, and once his opponent picks up a skunk, it's going to start looking very scary once again. Let's take a look at what he's going to level up into. Maybe it was worth it to freeze the apples, or am I stupid? Let me take a look. You had 3 apples, right? So you deleted a salad and a canned food. You could have just frozen all of the foods. Like, most of the time you're not going to be buying any of these, right? You're not going to be buying a canned food in particular, I don't think, but I think it's better to just lose a duck and an elephant, for example, than any of these. It's a small micro optimization for sure, but it can be relevant. Here, what is he going to take? Honestly, not the best selection, but he does have Parrot Crocodile, maybe that can be useful. On the other hand, his opponent has Dolphins, and these have exactly 4 HP, both of the level up selections, which is a little bit saddening. Maybe it's the reason for him to have preserved one of the apples for the Crocodile, for example. He doesn't like any of the level ups though, that's very peculiar. Like, I know that Crocodile is not one of the best tier 5s. You would rather have a Rhino or a Monkey or a Turkey especially, I think, but like 8-4 stat line and 8 damage snipe is a lot of tempo, and I think you might need some of that tempo. You pick up a Skunk. Skunk right now I don't think is relevant, but it can become relevant pretty soon, so I don't hate the purchase. Once again, I think Crocodile would have been a better purchase though. Yeah, here we go. The skunk is actually relevant because it enables the dolphin to one-shot this dolphin right here. So at the end of the day, I suppose skunk was a better purchase than the crocodile. But then again, Crocodile would have deleted these two units if you had taken Crocodile Parrot. So I don't hate either selection, to be honest. You're going to be winning this turn, which is great. Does the opponent have a skunk yet? They do not. Honestly, very janky setup they have. They have some weird scaling in the giraffe and rabbit, both of which are level 1. Then he picked up a base stat deer, and he has some kangaroo lying around that he hasn't invested in at all. I don't know how I feel about this. Maybe it's about time that you start pumping stats into the squirrel now, just to become less skunk resistant. Pumping stats into the skunk is what I meant to say. I'm getting confused. Here we go. He does it. Very nicely played. Here we go. A pair and the squirrel. It's like I can see in the future. It's not like I twisted my tongue at all. I promise. Opponent finding a turtle. So it was that much of a better decision for us to have buffed up the skunk. Was crocodile relevant there? Like, we have to consider, if we had taken the crocodile parrot, what would have happened? These two units once again would have been deleted, but they didn't play any role in last turn, did they? So maybe crocodile was not the correct call. Maybe I'm just being silly. We take a cow, pump into the skunk. I think Gyomber needs to predict positioning right here. Like, you need to pop this melon in order to win the fight, I think. Like, you can't have the big dolphin trade into your biggest unit and still win, right? So let's take a look at what happens. Sadly, because he does have a level 2 dolphin, his melon popper actually did not pop the melon as intended. Maybe therefore he should have fronted the worm. But I think it's still looking kind of decent, right? Yup, good stuff. You win because of the garlic. Absolutely amazing. But yeah, it happens to me all the time as well. I forget that dolphin exists on the enemy team. Therefore, they get to kill off my small units without any hesitation. Also, good shop right here. Double sushi plus the apple. What is he going to do? He buffs the skunk. He passes on the sushis. And he gets rewarded with another skunk. That's very peculiar, right? Sushi, when you have a rabbit, even if it's level 1, I think it's a good purchase. But what he found was better. So I guess the best thing he could have done was bought the apple as he did. And then he bought the skunk as he did. And maybe he could have freeze rolled one of the sushis one time, just in case. But not freeze rolling did allow him to find the pill, so I guess it was a good decision at the end of the day. He got rewarded for it, and he found another skunk as well. So very good stuff. Once again, I think you need to pop the melon with the small guy. They did reposition this time though, so kind of difficult to get a correct prediction. You end up drawing, which is good for you, I think, because you have better scaling than your opponent. You take another dolphin. Dolphin can be kind of oppressive. What the opponent wants to do in this situation is, at least what I would imagine they want to do, is they want to pivot into summons. Either they want to pivot into turkey fly, or they want to pivot into snake tiger, maybe even both. And yeah, in that case, the dolphin is going to be highly damaging to them, especially if they pick up a mammoth. If they manage to snipe one of the units that they have, the mammoth is going to be giving less stats overall, so that is good. Speaking of mammoth, we also have one nice mammoth here in the shop, which are we going to take? We are going to take. Also, we pass up on a couple of melons, but now we freeze the melon. Okay, very peculiar. Are you going to be winning this turn? You do kill off the turkey. You are actually just dominating, and at this point maybe you are good to go. Yeah, this is just game over. Like tiger with the mammoth with the mushroom, level 2 a dolphin, and then at the end of the day you get a cow as well, plus a melon. This is just GG, right? Yeah. Even though the tiger will get sniped by the dolphin, so maybe it was a better idea for him to put the one up on the tiger instead of the mammoth. A little bit counterintuitive, but I think it could have been a decent decision. Or at least, if not for that, he could have just bought 2 milks onto the tiger, and I think that would have been fine. Alternatively, he can just sell the worm right now, get the cow, make the tiger the second lowest HP behind the cow, and then the dolphin snipes the cow, and you get your massive stats and win, right? Is he going to do that? He's just going to roll. He finds 2 more tigers. Absolutely disgusting luck. He actually puts tiger behind the skunk, which I guess it doesn't make a difference, but you would typically want it on the mammoth, right? But because in this situation the dolphin snipes it anyway, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I think this should be a win regardless. Let's take a look. Snake tiger, as we predicted. Tiger gets sniped away, as we predicted. They do get a massive bunch of stats, but your positioning actually only gets you a draw by 1 HP. Wow. This turn though, you should be easily winning, I think, as you find yet another tiger in the shop. That's actually ridiculous. You set up with the cat. Yeah, you don't need the worm anymore, so this is absolutely perfect. The dolphin is going to be sniping the cat now, and you're going to be winning as a result. Perfect. Absolutely delectable. 30-41 skunk remaining at the end. And we get a win. And he isn't going to show us his elo, I think, because there's no no time left. Oh, guess the elo answer. That's actually spoilers right here. I would not have guessed this number. Whoops. But I guess for the elo, I would have said 1900 because I know he is a good gamer, but apparently the answer is 1849. Just let's take a look. A little bit spoilers. Maybe you could have put like a second thumbnail or something just to hide it away. It's okay though. Yeah, 1849. That's surprisingly low for Gyomber. He's like 1950 to 2000 level elo, I think. Kind of surprising to see him so low, but I guess he was experimenting with different stuff. But yeah, I guess at the end of the day, this is going to be the video. Gyomber, top 2%, delectable gameplay, very nice, very informative. We managed to talk a lot about it. I wonder if I managed to double the video length on this. Oh, he's gonna speak to us. Op was 1809. Yeah, they definitely did play worse than you, I think. Imagine it's be like bad-mouthing someone from the SAP dojo and they're gonna come to my DMs and they're gonna be super upset with me for like trash talking their gameplay. But yeah, very well played from Gyomber. I did have some ideas that I could have incorporated into the mix. English is difficult. But yeah, overall he did earn his win all by himself, so it was a well-deserved one, and I really hope you managed to enjoy the video. If you did enjoy, I really hope that you like, sub, do all the generic stuff, and I will talk to you next time. Take care!